Namaste, Masters. Welcome back to the day two of our text, Bhaja Govindam by Shankaracharya. Yesterday we have seen two slokas. Today we'll just see a small recap before we start. We saw about Shankaracharya yesterday. I would just like to add a few more points because of my love to, I think, Adi Shankaracharya. Whenever I talk about him, I can't control, I can't stop. So I see a lot of similarities between Shankaracharya and Krishna. If you see, both of them are called Jagat Gurus. Like, they live the life so selflessly for the benefit or the welfare of the people. Krishna to openly says, I will come again and again whenever there is a decay of dharma to uplift dharma and to protect this one. Same way, and he didn't bother. Krishna also never bothers. People used to tell about, Krishna, you made Yudhishthira tell a lie to win the battle. Krishna, you did like this. He says, he feels that this is correct, this is the way to act upon, and he is boldly, he will go ahead and do it. Same way Shankaracharya also, I feel, there was no need. He could have stayed with his mother, or he could have stayed after the teaching of the Guru Govinda Pada. He would have stayed, but then he took upon this grand work of re-bringing that Advaita philosophy, and then, uh, like a spiritual general, we always call him. He worked, and he also didn't know. He also never stopped, in anything. As you say, as you become a monk or as you become a sannyasi, you don't get attachment, but he didn't bother. He sings the Matru Panchakam in devotion of his mother. You should listen to that, my dear masters. You will get tears when you listen to him. Like, there is that much love for his mother. We feel spirituality means, it's a dry life or without love or without. It is the other way around when you see his works. It is the other way. You enjoy life in a different way. You understand life and enjoy it in a different way. That way I feel more similarity between both of them, and selfless work. Krishna says, don't expect anything in the Gita, and these masters have really lived that way. He never thought, okay, after me you will build me a statue, you will pour milk, and you do worship of me, or you will listen to my studies. He didn't think anything, Shankaracharya. And Krishna also same way. He said, don't expect any results. Do your duty and keep on moving in your life. That's all you have adhikaram for. You don't have adhikar for anything else more like that. But small incidences, when we look into this life of these great masters, we learn a lot, actually. I keep thinking, so much little, for what the amount of work of Shankaracharya, what little we must have done, but how much we used to expect before. It's all the satsang used to, oh, I have helped them, they are not like this. I am paying the maid, why she's not doing like this? Me, I am doing this, why I am not getting it back, like that. So much small things it might look, but then think about the work of amount what Shankaracharya must be thinking. Oh my God, so much I did. Till still these people are living like this, ignorance. How much he must feel, and how little bit we do also. How much great we think of ourselves. Oh, I have done this. Why this is not coming back to me? I have helped these people come and do this. I have done so much as if we have done, a minute of what the great acharyas have done or the masters have done, we expect. Then slowly, these are the small side teachings we can take from the great masters, the way they lived, as the way Krishna lived and showed us the way to, this is life, be like this, so that's one thing I wanted to share with you all. Again, going back to Vajagovindam, as we all know, he said, he's seeing this teacher teach grammar in Kashi street, and he gets in, in that scene, seeing that how much time we are wasting in life, how much effortlessly we are skipping our time, and how much more is there to life, that rather than only teaching, learning grammar or all this. It is not that it is not the importance of grammar. It is we have much more values to be, or we have much more to life, where you can dwell on yourself. So seek yourself. That's what he says in the first sloka of Pajagovindam. It is called, don't waste your time in mere grammar hunting. Really pursue this knowledge of eternal knowledge, where you can be always happy. So that is how this scripture starts. Yeah. Um, the first one verse is Bhaja Govindam, Govindam Bhaja Motamate, Samprapte Sannihite Kale Nahi Nahi Rakshati Dukrin Karane. We saw in the end, if you are not going to practice your life in a dharmic way, in a seeking yourself way, seeking knowledge up from the Upanishad, and then end you cannot reach me. That is what he says. Yeah, Antakale means during the end. So, Gita also he says, one who leaves the mortal coil remembering me, he is saved. So, how will we leave the mortal coil without remembering him throughout the life? In the end, we cannot remember the mortal coil. As we all know, when we are born, we all don't have a date. Okay, tomorrow is my day, I'm leaving. Tomorrow I will be all the the best of best in my life. I can do dhanam, I will do Gita chanting or whatever it is like that. So, until you practice throughout your life, okay, worship that. Worship your seeking yourself inside your Atman knowledge, Antakale, it will not help us. So that is what the first sloka was about. Then the second sloka coming to, here he says, Muda Jahihi Danagama Trishna. First is about the time, the importance of time, and then how do you have to seek the knowledge. Second, he says about wealth. Wealth is, he says, Guru Sadbhuttim Manasi Vitrishnam Yellabase Nija Karmopatam Vittam Tenaya Vinodaya Chittam. Don't be stupid enough only about thing possess wealth. Don't spend throughout your time. Create thoughts of reality. Guru Sadbuddhi. Sadbuddhi means create good thoughts with the mind and Vitrishnam, devoid of passion. Let your mind be clear of all the desires, all the passions, and use that energy in Nija Karmopatam, the true self. Use that energy to find your true knowledge, to find your true self. And then and whatever is happening, accept it, have contentment. In the second sloka, that also he says, vittam tene vinode chitam, as a reward of the past. Everything in our life, first thing, the main teaching here I've always learned is there is nothing responsible other than you for our life. Everything happens to us is only because what we have done now or we have done in the past. That is what we are living now. So entertain your mind. This is what it is happening as a prasada buddhi. Take whatever happens. Like it is never going to be a rose walk on the rose, petal of flowers like that. It is going to be up and down. So whenever up comes, don't get elated. Whenever down comes, don't fall down. Be stable and always think this is what I've designed and come. This is what I've done in the past. It is happening to me. So all your actions, everything is dependent on uh, what I did before. So take it as a prasada buddhi. Take it as a um, take everything on the go, live every day. So when we cleanse our mind of all the lust for the objects, greed for the possessions, to wealth, and then apply the same mind to find out the real nature of the eternal. So that is a practical way to live life. That's what he says. It is not, he says, possession of wealth is bad. How you are relating to that possession of wealth, we never get a stop point, we never get a full stop point, we get a little bit comfort zone, and then our desires keep on increasing. That's what we saw yesterday. We can never put a full stop. Okay, this is enough, this I have a house, no, then I will have to decorate my, maybe I will have an interior designer, maybe I want to change this, maybe I want to no, our mind will keep on pushing you to worldly matters like that. So have a cleanse your mind of all the lust for the objects, wealth. Apply the same mind in the contemplation. So when you keep your mind empty, this is all will happen. Empty mind is a devil's workshop. So when he says don't keep it empty also, so cleanse for all this things and then turn it towards somewhere useful. So turn it in the contemplation. Okay, how do I contemplate on the real? Take a book and read, or do a bhajan, or do listen to the speeches of somebody whom you get attracted to. So desire brings attachment, brings us down. Desire brings us, degrades the man. Attachment brings us all worries. There is when you possess, when you there is a thirst, too much of a thirst to possess wealth. There's a way to fall off also. Okay, when I keep my thing like, wealth is important, then I might not take that in a right way also. I might do wrong things to possess the wealth also. So all these things he says stop and then get on with your real nature. Then he says like how Katha Upanishad also he says um, Nachiketa says always there are two paths, good and bad. So you always choose the good one. And then like that. And then here he says Ishavasha Upanishad also, he says renounce and enjoy. Tekta Tena tektena bunjena, like that the sloka comes in that. It says renounce and enjoy, give and enjoy. We always feel we have to take and enjoy. We have to like, surround us with the things and then enjoy. He's in that also it says give and enjoy. This is what our Gurudev explains like that. So going to the third one, today we will start. Nari stanavara nabi desham drishtva maga moha vesham etan mamsa vasadi vikaram Manasi Vichintaya Varam Varam. Varam Varam is again and again. Okay. Uh, he goes to the Nari, lady or the maidens. Don't fall for the body or the young beautifulness of the lady, like bosom and their navel having seed. Don't fall prey to that maddening delusion. It is inside the skin, it is only flesh and fat. Okay. Modify your mind, think again and again on the self. Don't fall for this looks of the lady. Or it is not only for a lady, it is like, we can lady to look at the man, or the man he's telling don't fall for the looks of the lady, like don't fall for the seeing the full bosom of the young maidens, their navel. Don't fall prey to the maddening delusion. This is by just but a modification of flesh and fat. Thus keep your mind in this thought again and again in your mind. Okay. Everywhere there is always in the Upanishad they always say Kanchana and Kamini. You have to take care of it. Has to Your mind has to be wealth and woman. Okay, it is not like not any insult meant to either. It is not to indulge more in these two things. All living organisms, like, all of us, like, look for dukkha nivarati or sukha prapti. They say dukkha nivarti means I should not have any sadness and attain happiness. That is what we always look. And then, but then don't and that is the difference between animal and us. We say, don't indulgence in these two things, woman and wealth, both of these things. Okay. And then biologically our body is made like that, attraction towards the opposite sex. But with our intellect you need to control, be disciplined, purified with your thoughts. Intelligent intellect can only achieve this. Okay. Here I used to think, we read in Sai Satcharita also. Beauty is not to be seen. You cannot like three eyes, close your eyes and sit, close your ears and sit. In a monkey, three monkeys, they say, don't see evil, don't hear evil, don't speak evil, like that. It is not that. And then there is a Baba, when Shirdi Sai Baba is sitting, he is a very great devotee of Baba is sitting next to him. And there is a group of people coming to bow down to Baba. There is a Muslim lady with a veil, and then she lifts up the veil and then she bows to Baba. And then seeing the beauty, the devotee of Baba's gets very agitated, like, and then he's feeling guilty also. In front of my guru, my teacher, how can I look? And then and Baba understands immediately what is happening with him. And then he says, see, beauty is to be watched. Nature has you, but don't take the story more. Don't take the story like, to possess the beauty, or I should have that beauty with me, like that. So it is nothing wrong in looking at a beautiful person, but don't have any ill thoughts or evil thoughts in your about that like, about that lady. Same way, there was one when Ramanujacharya was there as a head of the temple in Trichy. That's a main Sri Rangam temple. He's the one also who organized all the temple procedures for all that South Indian temples. So when there is a temple a procession of the Lord and the like, they take a procession of the temple, and then everybody follows this one. there is commotion in the area. Then he's asking his disciples, what is happening here? What is this commotion all about? Then there is a wrestler, and then he holds an umbrella to his lover. I mean, to his, not to his wife also. He loves this girl so much, and such a beautiful girl also, very beautiful maiden. So he holds the umbrella behind him, and people are laughing about him, making fun of him. And then Ramanujacharya says, call this man, I need to talk to him. And then his followers are telling, Gurudev, why you want to spend time with him? Just leave him. He is not a good soul. He is living with his girlfriend like this. He catches the umbrella and goes behind his girlfriend everywhere he goes. Like, and then Ramana, no, no, ask him to come. I need to talk to him. So after everything is over, Ramanujacharya calls this man and asks him, why are you holding the umbrella for your girlfriend like this and walking? People are, what is this happening to you like that? And then he says, you don't know Acharya, she has a beautiful eyes. You don't know. That much attached to that beautiful, very beautiful eyes. And then I want to protect her. I'm catching my umbrella and going. And then Ramanujacharya, okay, come tomorrow morning, see me in this temple. I will take you to the Garbhagraha. If I see you someone's eyes more beautiful than your girlfriend, will you leave and come back? Yes, yes, I'll promise you that. And then next day he comes, and then Acharya takes him to that beautiful Vigraha of Lord Vishnu lying down form. And then early morning when the doors are open, he calls him. This man comes, okay? This man comes, and then he calls him, and then he shows with the deepam, see now, see the Lord's eyes. And then Vishnu Murti is in a lying posture actually. And then he sees that when a guru is showing the God has no other way to escape other than to bless the disciples. So the blessing comes, the grace and blessings falls on this one. And 1 minute he feels like a full electric shock going through his body. And then he just falls, catches hold of Ramanujacharya's feet. And then, I will never, never leave your feet, never, never leave of anybody else other than this sight. I will behold this, I will be with you. And he becomes a great alvar. There are 12 alvars in Vaishnavism like that, very deeply evolved. So in a minute he takes hold of his acharya's hand, he never leaves, and then he transforms himself so much. This beauty is nothing compared to the physical beauty of them. And later on the story goes like, I think he or she also changes to become the disciple, and then they both work in the temple like that. So like that, it is okay to see the beauty, but not go crazy, not leave our nobler or the divine form is see in everybody, and have a control of this. So these two things, and even there is a story like, once a master, like, there is a river, the master is coming with his disciples, okay? There's a lady who couldn't cross the river. Then the master carries her and then drops. And all the disciples keep on talking. Is this what right? You should not touch the lady. You know how he could carry the lady? Master doesn't bother. He carried, he left, and he's going on walking. But the people are talking, and then they come to him, Guru, what you did is not right, no? I just took her for a minute. I dropped. I left her in my mind that minute itself. Why are you carrying her in your mind for so long and coming for 2 days and discussing about this like that? You know how we treat wealth and how we treat the lust. Both of these things he takes in this stanza. Hmm. So that is stanza number 3 for us. See, that is the only difference which makes us different from the animal kingdom. They don't have a control of lust. They don't have any control. They will do whatever they feel like with the body anytime, any day. And when we are given that intellect to work upon, have a control on that. So it is both the ways. It is not only man at wife and man at woman or woman at man. Both the ways you should have a control of. These two things we have to mainly have a control: wealth and um, lust for the other gender. Yeah, going to the fourth one today. Next one. Nalini talakata jalamita taralam tattva jivita matsya chapalam vidhi vyadi Abhimanagrastam lokam shokam cha samastam. Lokam soka hatam cha samastam. Bhaja Govindam, Bhaja Govindam. It continues like that. In this fourth sloka, he says, Nalini talakata jalamita talam, like a lotus leaf, a drop of water on the lotus leaf. How extremely uncertain it's is presence. Like, any minute lotus leaf doesn't catch it. It's got a glossary surface on that. No, so like that, your tattva jeevitam, your life is like that, very unstable. We don't know when it is our when we start, when we end, like how tomorrow it is going to be. So Nalini Talagada, like a drop of water on the lotus leaf, Tattva Jivita Matses Chapalam, this life is very, very extremely uncertain. Our existence is extremely unstable. Okay, with the Vyadi. And in that, we have, like, in that unstable disease and other old age and everything will come also. Okay, and other sorrows of the world, everything with the Vyadi, Abhibana, Grahastam, Lokam, Shokam. Okay, and then it is like under, like, mainly disease. Okay, and then real old age, like, every problem in the life, whatever we face, all will come. So understand this, seek Govinda, seek Govinda. The previous two stanzas, money and woman, he talks. In this, he says, realizes um how momentary our life is, like, minute by minute, like, like a water trembling on the life, that much uncertain. But we think we are always desert, like, that's what, even one of the somewhere I read, like, people carrying the dead persons on the shoulder, they never realize they also have to be carried like that. They think, okay, one more will come, I can earn a little bit more money. Like, that much our mind is used to, like, our daily routines and other things, we leave the main essence. So much uncertain in your life. How much time you're, like, putting an effort to knowing the true nature of yourself. That is what in this fourth sloka he says. Yeah. Here also he says, Buddha also says, I mean, Buddhism also, Sarvam Dukkam Dukkam, Sarvam Shanikam Shanikam. Everything is momentary, momentary. All is misery, misery. The main reason for Buddha to take over this is seeing all the misery around him. Like, he was not seen to any of the misery. When he sees the misery, he says, what is life? Why am I seeing the old age? Why am I saving sick people? Like, then he says that is what his, like, everything is momentary, all is misery. Buddha also cried the same, and then that is when he was pushed to become, like, he left all the worldly things, and then he devoted his life, and then he left that nirvana. He realizes himself, like, so it's very uncertain. It is very, very uncertain. Death rarely announces its visit. We never know when we are going to leave. We think it is going to, and, like, all the time we think, okay, now it is a small age, now it is school, now it is the study, and then now my family, now I'll get married, old age I will sit and read Gita. Then we don't know when is your last day. How will you know when it is going to be your last day, and how much more to work on this? So that's what, be staying in that condition, staying wherever you are, and living the life of Gita, or living the life of these teachers, of masters, of, that is what is matters. Like, our Gurudev, if you see, fully joy. His laughter is like a small child when he laughs. So innocently, innocent laughter, and his face is full of happiness whenever you see him. All the masters, I feel like, they live life shanikam. Shanikam means momentary, momentary. It is momentary. So whatever today I'm doing this, I'm happy. I've learned a new point. I will put it in my practice, into my life. I will meditate on this. I will do like that, like that. When we saw a small child, we ourselves get so attracted to the smile of the babies. Like, once they become, okay, we take a picture, oh, I am not looking like this, oh, I should have kept my eyes like this, oh, I should have kept my face like that. When we take a selfie and look at our picture, how much comes in. But when a small baby, whatever it does, it is beautiful, because it doesn't think anything else. It is joy. It is just full, just joy on the baby. So how attracted we get to the smile of a baby, or the laughter of the baby. But as we grow up, we get so, like, so absorbed in all these outside worldly essence and things, and we become like this. Oh my god. And then he says, don't be like that. When you are work on ourselves, let us be ourselves. It is not that is what spirituality is, not a boring thing, it's a happy thing. You have to live her life happily. Any sadhu with a sad face, anybody will go to him? No. Everybody wants to impart knowledge. You have to live like that. Take it, work on yourself consciously, be in every thought, word, and deed what you're learning, and live life happily. That is what your spiritual journey has to be. So that is what it is. He says how momentary our life is in the fourth stanza. Okay. And then there is one more meaning for this lotus plant. Lotus grows in water, exists in water, nurtured and nourished in the water, and ultimately it perishes in water. So that same way, we say no, Brahman. We are we come from him. He's expansion of Brahman. Without a second, expresses ourselves like in all the bodies and all the living things, non-living things, and then we immerse, go back to him. Once we know this picture, we will live like that. Thou art the Mahavakyas, what they say. You are that supreme. And then Aham Brahmasmi, or we live life accordingly to that. Yeah. And then we'll go to the fifth one now. Yavad vitto parjana saktaha tavan nija parivaro raktaha pascha jivati jarjara dehe vartam kopina pirchati gehe. Bhaja Govindam, Bhaja Govindam. Govindam Pajamodamate Samprapte Sannihite Kale Nahi Nahi Rakshati Tukrinkarane. Uh, in this one, this is our relationship with the others. As long as wealth, you earn wealth, as long your ability to learn wealth, so long your dependence will be attached to you, your family will be attached to you. Afterwards, or when you stop earning or anything later on, when you come to live in the with an old in when the old body, no one will care in the world, no one will have time to even speak a word with you. Okay, this is very much true, whatever is happening. If you ask all the elderly parents living alone in India, they will all agree to this. Yeah, we have no one to express our time. Nobody has a grandchildren or the children. If you tell the grandchildren, talk to your grandparents, I'm so busy I am, I will talk this weekend, next weekend. They don't have time to even share to their grandparents like that. He says, as long there's the ability for a man to earn, save, and take care of his family, everyone is dependent on you and attached to you. Later on, when you become old, people just don't have time. People just don't have time to spend with you or take care of you. This is what the stanza says actually. Um, any relationship, man and wife, father and son, brother and sister, the when the earning member, it is so true for a male member of the family. Before it used to be only the father who's earning. So when the father retires, there is a big till then he has a position, he's bringing in the money for the food for the table. So there's a shift when the father retires. Then he feels like mothers always worked at the house, so even 24/7 she's not going to work also, she will keep herself happily inside the household things. The fathers, they feel a big vacuum when they come back after retirement. They are lost until if don't have any other activities to fall back on, they'll be lost a little bit. They will say, nobody, I took care of everything, my family, I brought up my family, now all are busy, they don't have time to talk to me also. That way they say. If you see, we always have this, as I don't know, as Indians we have this, not like foreigners, we have this thing, I bring up my child, he must take care of me. In return it is actually expecting, no, I am bringing up my child, when we become old we expect my son to or daughter to take care of me, or I am did so much for the family, nobody bothers about me these days, nobody has time to spend with me these days. As days are changing, as we are all moving far away from the unit of family, like before everybody used to stay alone, so there was all the old people also had company of everybody getting older together. Now it has become a nuclear family, all of us have come out, all of us are alone in every different part of the world, so all the old people will be left. That is how they always, every day, it is every day, even I hear the same thing. Why you have to call? There is nothing to update every day in life to your parents also. No, why you're not calling? Oh, we miss our grandchildren. They're not here to talk to us. They don't spend time with us. Holidays also, you all don't come, like that. That is how the mentality of our Indians, mostly Indians, I feel like, we have that, like, in if you say the same way, they become independent to the, like, the other side of the world. They become independent when they are small. They don't expect their old people. They don't expect these people to come back and live with them, because they just go away, move away from the house. From the teenage itself, they become strong. As the parent also become strong, independent, the children also become independent. We are, like, dependent on the children. We still feed the children even when they are 25 to 30 also. We still run behind them, giving water or feeding them, or, like, pampering them so much, and then we cry last minute if they don't, uh, like, look forward to. Here he says, our Gurudev says for this stanza, before the world rejects you. Yeah, the real achievement is gained in one's personal inner contemplation. So that even before the long world rejects you, you can reject the world, retire into a richer contemplation of self. You make your own path. Okay, you reject the world. You don't have to wait for the world to reject you. Oh, my children are not, my wife is not spending time with me, my grandchildren are, no, don't do that. You reject the world. Okay, you say goodbye, and then you put your energy into more contemplation of the self. You have so much to read. Till this time you are busy earning member of the family. Now you are free. Take care of your health. Take care of your, like, anything. If you wanted to do, as long as your hair, like, your body permits, go for a walk, enjoy, be happy. If they are happy like that, it becomes a less burden for everybody around them also. Like, okay, you take care of yourself in the way you want to. You read your book, you go to a library, you do listen to satsang, or if you're interested in music, go listen to the kacheris or the music, or if you're interested in dance, anything which makes you happy, do it. And then before the world rejects you, you reject the whole world, and then you keep your activities of a retired life into a richer world. Richer, you can live like that. This is a way to live, not like complaining every day, morning to night, complaining about others. Nobody is going to change. Everybody is living in their own life. So instead of complaining about others, you change your life pattern to a rich, higher, like, higher thoughts. Like, keep yourself engaged. Make, like, make your friend circle, make a satsang circle, or share your thoughts, like that. That is the way you have to. That is how the old, they, even the kings, they used to do vanaprastha. After some time, give back the kingdom to the children, and they move away to a forest. They live the life of, like that. That was the way it was. Vanaprastha was created for. Okay, then you go there, live in the forest, leave out all the wealth and your authority behind, and learn what is basic life is about. Like, that is the way it has to be. um Let the young people suffer. Let, like, we think, we have to help them. We, the children, we have to guide them. We have to tell them, of course, when they are small in the school, we have to guide them. And then we have to guide them to a certain extent, and then give them the freedom to choose their own way of life. And then they might be successful, they might fall, they will get up. We all also have fallen. We all have learned from the experience, and then we all have risen. So same way, not to be nagging. This is a great thing. After the satsang, when we just leave, they are more independent of ourselves, and they learn it in a better way also. They will fall down. It is okay. Let them fall down. Let them tumble down, and then they will get up. That's how we also did. So, but then we think, oh, you got up, you brushed your teeth, you went to class. Did you do the homework? Did you get this? Okay, next time you do this, eat healthy. Like, how much torture I used to give. Now, if I feel, my God, people have tolerated this much torture on it. till now, like, now after college, this one time I just let it go, and then okay, okay, you're having fever, it's okay, take Panadol, go to class. If you can't go to class, sleep. They will survive. Young people will live, strive, survive. They let them have their adventure, let them save. And then, why are you wasting money? Don't do this, don't buy this. All those are not needed. Instead of spending our mind and all those things, we can spend it on ourselves, and we can grow ourselves in a higher level, in leaving that, oh my god, do this study, do that study. Or, like, when they are small, at a certain age, we have to bring them. Definitely, as a parent, we have a duty to tell them. It is not that you can, as they are born, like, the other culture, you can just leave them. We have to guide them. This is a way to life, and we give them all the basic groundwork is done, then we have to leave. Like, our satsang, we teach about our culture, we teach about our festivals. This is the way you respect, this is the way you study, this is the way you live. And they see us living like that, they will automatically get it. It is not that very difficult. Like, that's what one somebody complained, I believe. My son is not doing that as the do, like, every day Sandhya Madanam, the Brahmins have to do that procedure of, like, morning and evening. And then the guru said, it seems, are you doing? I said, no, sometimes in the hurry burry, I have no time to do, Guruji. Then if you do, then he will see you doing and do. It is not that you keep complaining like that, until we do, they will follow us. Like, if I am not meditating, I can't expect others around me to meditate. Like, okay, Amma is meditating, she's becoming better. Then they will get inspired by themselves to sit and do. Otherwise, if you teach them, okay, you become better, then you teach me. So it is better I take care of my life's growth instead of sitting, and then others have left me. Others will, like, generally I want to tell this because even my parents are old. Oh no, nobody has time for me. We took care of everybody, and then no one comes and talks to us. No one has spent a little bit time also with us. We are lonely. There's no need to be lonely. All of us are alone. All of us have to come alone, go back alone, living this world. So as long as we can, possibly we can enrich ourselves and leave the younger generation or the older generation to manage on their own. That is what here in the stanza 5 goes for. I will go for one more stanza. 6. Yavat pavano nivasati dehe tavat prichati kushalam gehe gatavati vayu dehe pane bharya bibyati tasmin kahe. Bhaja Govindam, Bhaja Govindam. The sixth one is, as long as the breath, life dwells in your body, so long people will inquire about your welfare and be nice to you at home. As we leave, our breath leaves us. When we leave the body, there will be no, when the body decays, even your wife, your children will fear the same person, same body. Like, as long as there is life in the body, so long there is everybody inquiring for you. Once the breath leaves, the body decays, even the same wife will fear your this thing. This is a final truth. We think, no, no, attached to my husband. Anybody leaves, it is difficult to, like, a child leaves you, or a husband leaves you, or a parent leaves you. How long if you will be attached? Are we going to keep the body within our house? 2 days it will not stay. We go back with our routine. Actually, truth is, honestly, if we see, we go back to our routine after 3 days or 11 days of the function, we come back to life. But then we don't understand this when we are living life like that. Okay. Body is only to be taken care of, like, as a like, how a horse, the traveler will take care till he reaches the end. Like that, you have to take care of our body till we reach our goal. Not too much, okay, not too much for indulgence, and not too much neglecting also. Okay, now I don't have to take care of the body. No, no, you have to serve the body from understanding this is the only instrument if we have. Without this, there is no work we can do. That is why everybody has to take this human form, human body, to attain whatever we have to. Whether we have come to learn the lessons we have, we need this body. Whether we have to spiritually, like, reach the goal, we need a body, we need this instrument. So we have to take right care of it. Like, give whatever it is needed, a healthy, like, don't overindulge in that. But then how much health it needs, you have to give the food or the, like, then things which, how a traveler will take care of the horse until he reach the destination. This is our car, or this is our means to reach the end. So we need to have the right knowledge of this body, and then take care of it. And then when it is time to leave, everybody will move on with our lives. Like, even our wife, even how much our close, oh, I love my husband so much, I don't like, walk in with him, or like, I don't give up my life with him. And everybody will, like, they can't even, after a day, you can't even keep your body in the house, like that it is. So have this right knowledge to live the body in the healthiest life, where minimum sorrows can be expected. Yeah, don't like, don't put too much importance to the body, that it's just an instrument for us. This is an instrument God has given us. I have come with this instrument to work. Everything we need an instrument, says this is an instrument I have come, I will work for the with this instrument, and I will serve, and I will realize. So when I know, like, this will help us detach ourselves, like, detach, not too much of attachment. Maybe to your child, attachment is so much. Some people are attached so much to your, like, like your life partner. And then when we know, when we have to live separately, when we all came, none of us came together, like, even if it is a twin, it is, everybody is a separate body, separate time, 1 minute difference, 20, it's a separate journey for each life. We never come together, so we can't expect to go together, go away together also. If it happens, it happens. Otherwise, like, we all go our way, our design of our karma is. So if I have to be without my husband, or my husband has to be without me, that is the way we have to live that life. We cannot cut short, or I cannot end my life and go with them, or anything like that. It is not possible. Otherwise, that is more punishment for us. We have to come back and do like, whatever that that repercussions for that one, we have to live again and go through that. So taking care of the body in the right way, taking care of the body, understanding that all of us, like, live with, it is not that, so you don't love your husband, you don't love your child, how can you live like that? We are a family, people oriented people, our society is, it is not that, it doesn't say that also. Bharya, even a child, your child and your wife will get scared with the body, means don't give too much attachment to this body, entire life share body worship. Don't do that. Like, even if that is that way, harsh way, sometimes Shankara tells, it's for us to understand, like, where to stop. Okay. Um, where to stop your attachment. You love to a certain extent, not beyond that. We like, if anything happens to us, it's okay, the other person life goes on, it everywhere it goes on. Our Gurudev used to say, all of us are going, like, he says in a video, I think I must show that video. All of us, he is gone. Imagine our great great grandfathers, if they are still there, they all have gone and we are going. That is how he says, we are going, we are on the way going, and the next generation will come. Like, there is no way to feel sad, or there is no way to be afraid of death. There is no way to be like, worried about it or anything like that. Imagine there, where is a place for the world if everybody stayed? From your great great grandfathers, everybody is here. There is no place for the newcomer. We have to go. We have to let the others walk in. Like, our Gurudevs, they have gone and we are going. Like that, our Gurudev used to say, we are going on the path. So all of us will leave. So don't worry too much attachment to the body. And with that, we will close for today. So till 6 we have seen. From tomorrow we'll go see from the seventh sloka. I hope it is understandable, all these slokas for you all, masters. Thank you so much for joining. I enjoyed